They as well part the terror amongst 22,000 concertgoers in Las Vegas while they carried out the noises breaking the path. 91 Harvesting Fest were not firecrackers but bullets creature fired of the Mandalay Bay Inn. Authorities do not aware why Stephen Corral fired hundreds of rounds promiscuously of the inn with a episode of auto-manual rifles, several equipped in a unit named a crash stockpile. How permitted him to flame them though more rapid. Documents liberated environment involve interviews in workers who interacted in the Bandit on visits to the Mandalay Bay and some hotels up the October 1 survey. One of the recent human beings to see Corral was a matron who brushed his package on 4 persons days up the slaughter. Corral remaining in the chamber, that was generally pure, besides the bed and the bathroom, and consumable lot of his period on his machine, consuming chamber service broth, she told. Down there was no garbage in his waste baskets, she said. Investigators. At first she didn't reason him creature down there but she grew restless. He stored steadfast at me, she told. He was fair supernatural. A man who treated for Caesar's amusement who had named Corral for year told Corral was a routine visitor for several year but Caesar's took out his favorite live video poker player machines. Corral was a qualified player, the gambling house army told, and he stopped upcoming one day such games were undertaken of. The army told Corral was an odd guy who each came to one of the Caesar's properties one or in his friend, Mary Lou Danley. Danley was in the Philippines at the period of the survey, and police force told they don't he believe she was implicated. Corral, who annihilated oneself, acted one, police force include told. The army told down there was one occurrence year ago in that Corral yelled at him above deceased baggage, thing the army mind unique. While requested to indicate why he mind Corral was strange, the army told, he was fair supernatural. A army at else gambling house told Corral was type of an introvert. How army told Corral was a top-end player who stored to oneself and never queried any prostitutes or drugs. He was just seen in his friend, although he didn't show her lot devotion, the army told. Corral was lightweight to transactions in and he ever pay his obligation quickly, the army told. How remaining consecutive via the year, he told. Every of the hosts told Corral never share lot on his lifetime and stored the say generally to gamble. Corral 2 times won contests in big payouts. One was for a car cost on $90,000, and Corral took the cash money counterpart instead of. Else was for a $150,000 cash money award. Concertgoers explain the stage. The documents as well involve lot eyewitness statements of human beings visiting the gig, headlined by nation celebrity Jason Aldean. One man outlined take lid to the order of the phase one day he and other heard gunshots. The eyewitness, whose behalf was redacted, told he ran for crushed in the gunfire. Later on the tertiary circle of shots is while I acquired, I got hit fleeing, order in the behind, he said an inspector. The man and his friends ran once again before he couldn't go on. Who transferred him to an emergency, he told. He wasn't the just one in how place who necessary to get to a clinic. A law coercion official came on and threw me and some human beings in the bed of a pickup truck and sped them to a clinic. The eyewitness statements offer a image of which happened the overnight of the survey. Aldean was several songs in his set while a brief break of gunfire was embarrassed for firecrackers. But for a other circle of bullets, human beings bring down in wounds and shouts of receive downward. Get downward, and how gave concertgoers the clues how shipped them spreading or fleeing. Lot told they remaining in location before the gunfire brief stopped and later they ran for lid. Human beings were compressed versus fence, got jammed on fences, crawled bottom the phase. Lot saw other get shooting, in the leg or in the behind, as bullets whizzed by and cracked off the land. One female told she pleaded in her boyfriend to get up, but how female wasn't driving and her labia had rotated dark blue. A man tested CPR as bullets came downward but the sacrifice remained unresponsive. Else men ultimately put a red bandana above the sacrifice's person. It is not clear of the eyewitness declaration if the female dead. The length seized the moments, up and following they introduced the bandit's chamber.